tell people that are just starting out looking to get motivated is what you might want, what you have a desire for, what your goals might be. That's a simple part. You know, people they look at their lives and, well, what's immediate for me? Well, if I have debt, you know, and that's an issue for me, then maybe I want to get rid of my debt, and maybe I want to get my wife home with the kids, or maybe I want to take a vacation and not have to worry about the money. So, you know, what we want is pretty easy. The tough part is believing first that it's possible, and that doesn't even do us a lot of good when it comes to motivation. What we really need to believe is that it's inevitable. So an exercise that I found very useful for new people who are just getting involved that need to get motivated is I'll get them, you know, 5 or 10 names, emails, phone numbers of people that believe. So if we're in an organization, you know, who are 5 or 10 people in the organization, who are 5 or 10 people in your company that obviously believe based on how successful they are. And so track them down. One of the things that you and I know about successful people is if you call us up and say, hey, can I have 10 minutes to interview you? Sure, I don't know. You want to know what I think? No problem, I got 10 minutes for that. You can call any leader in your company, and here's what I tell you to ask them. And I actually teach people to interview the successful people. And interview them around the micro things, the small muscles that actually make the difference. Like, okay, so if I was interviewing you, I would say, the list of questions I would have is, okay, Eric, who introduced you to this industry or your company? Who's the first person that showed you network marketing? Because I find there's a disconnect there. People don't really understand, they don't believe that connection. Like, they're not really sure that if they went to their next door neighbor, or they went to somebody at work, or they went to their brother, that they'll listen to them. They don't believe that. Well, that's the essence of believing that this will work for you. So I teach them to ask, okay, find out who introduced them. What was their relationship to that person? Now, if they answered in an ad, fine. Well, that gives you a little bit of belief that ads can work. But then the next thing I would teach them is ask them, what did the person say? And what you'll find is that what the person said to get some of the most successful people in your business, there wasn't anything to it. They probably can't even remember what the person said. It wasn't an effective presentation. It wasn't a fancy presentation, which goes back to, it doesn't matter what you say. If you're motivated, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter if people say no. None of that matters. So, you know, who introduced you? What did that person say? What did you think the first time you saw it? The first time the most successful people saw the company that they're in, you know what they probably thought? Not interested. That was probably their first thought. I'm too busy, I've seen this before, I'm not interested. Okay, what changed? Well, maybe you tried the product. Boom, what happened with the product? Or maybe you got on the phone and you heard somebody say something. What changed that you saw it? What changed that you saw the opportunity in a light that had you move forward? This is belief building training for the new people. If you're making 50 or 100 or 10 grand a month in your company, and a new person can understand, well, it was your brother-in-law that introduced it to you, and that was the 4th thing he'd introduced you to, and the other ones didn't work, and I don't even know why you listened to him, but you did, and the first time you saw it, you weren't interested, and then you tried the product, or you got on a conference call, or you listened to a CD, and boom, something changed, and then what did you do? Okay, once you decided to do it, what'd you do? How many people did you recruit? Where'd you get them? Tell me your story. People believe in stories. They learn by stories. Yeah. So now, me as a new distributor, so I'm telling you, if you're a new distributor and you don't have the motivation, you're not on fire about your opportunity, take the next month, find the top 10 people in your company, and spend a half hour interviewing every one of them. Tape it. Take notes, tape it.
The top 10 people in all the companies around the world are going, oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome, no problem. This is what you get paid for. And study it. And you know, what'll happen is if you do 10 interviews, you don't believe now in your opportunity, you do 10 interviews of the top 10 people in your company, and you study those interviews, you'll be on fire. There's no way around it.
I love it.
Works.
We talk about the process of going from faith to hope to belief. This can really, and what this is actually a faith-building exercise.
Sure.
Because they're not going to get to belief until they see some kind of results for themselves, but hopefully holding on to other people's belief. That's what they're going to hear in those stories. I think that's excellent.